So what would it be like if you could invite Jesus over for dinner? Did you know that you actually can? Jesus said, invite the needy to dinner. Good morning and welcome to 755 Live. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about easy to remember soundbite versions of what Jesus said. And the point is to help you experience life to the fullest, the Jesus way. Good morning, Amber. Thank you for checking in. And this really is live. We have a prayer time at Ironworks Coffee in the morning. And I was just challenged to use the word gluten and that I would make $5. So I just used the word gluten. But today's Jesus said comes from Luke 14:12 through 14. But we're going to begin in verse 1 of Luke 14 to just give a little bit of context here with this gluten-free scripture. Luke 14:1. One Sabbath day, Jesus went to eat dinner in the home of a leader of the Pharisees, and the people were watching him closely. So this was a Sabbath dinner. Shabbat Shalom is what they would say about this. And it was a big deal. There was a lot of preparation, a lot of ritual, and it happened every week. If you've watched the series The Chosen, you'll see some Sabbath meals. If you've watched the musical Fiddler on the Roof, there's a lot of Sabbath preparation. And then in verse 7, everyone was trying to get the good seats at this Sabbath meal, the seats of honor. And in response, Jesus began to teach. And today's Jesus said is part of the teaching that he gave. So Luke 14:12, then he turned to his host and said, when you put on a luncheon or banquet, he said, don't invite your friends, brothers, relatives, and rich neighbors, for they will be able to invite you back. And that will be your only reward. Instead, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind. Then at the resurrection of the righteous, God will reward you for inviting those who could not repay you. So understanding this in context, this was a weekly worship experience, a private party, and it was an honor to be invited. And Jesus said, when you do this, don't just invite those you're close to, invite the needy. Following Jesus is not a private party. Jesus said, don't have private parties just for insiders. Invite the needy, those who don't fit in, those who can't pay you back for your generosity. Instead, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind. That's where the real heavenly reward is. Private parties make us feel good, but that's the only reward that we get. It's temporary. When we invite the needy to dinner, the rewards are eternal. And often we treat this command like it's optional, but Jesus didn't say every once in a while when you put on an event. He said when. And that's because it's all about people. That's one of our core values at Today Church. We are all about people. Everyone has a place. Everything is an outreach. And sure, we've done some community meals, some events. We've supported and given to some homeless ministries. But this command isn't about special events or just special ministry endeavors or projects. It's about a lifestyle of hospitality, welcoming guests. We talk about a guest mentality rather than a visitor mentality. And what does that mean? Well, you prepare for and expect guests. Visitors just show up. Are we really ready for guests? Are we prepared for them? Are we inviting and expecting them? So the question is, who are you inviting? If someone important was going to be a dinner guest at your house, you would probably clean things up, put out the good dishes or the name brand paper plates. We would do our best to make a good impression. Well, Jesus said, when we do good for the needy, we are actually doing it for Jesus. That means Jesus could show up at any of our events. He might be represented by someone who is poor, crippled, lame, or blind, but that's Jesus. That's what he said. Shouldn't guests be our VIPs? I'm challenged every time I read this. Who am I inviting? Who am I expecting? Who am I welcoming to my private little parties? Jesus said, invite the needy to dinner. How can you put that into action today? Thank you so much for listening. If this is meaningful to you, it really does mean a lot to me. If you like it, if you share it and comment, I really appreciate you. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I hope this time together has helped you live life to the fullest, the Jesus way. And remember, follow Jesus today. Love first.